Hi, welcome to another take of reading the Serenity Prayer. That is just, is what it is. So, replacing words like perfectionism with emotional incest and self hate, disgust, and toxic shame as incest and pain. So let's just uh, edit as I read this out loud because I can do things like that. And I'm tired of people not catching the code switching. So, pain. My pain arose as an attempt to gain safety and support in my dangerous family. Pain is a self persecutory myth. I do not have to be perfect to be safe or loved. Pain or incest, because this is about recovering from cults, guys. This is cult trauma we're recovering from. Okay. This is the conflict. This is related to Gaza and the world at hand. Gaza, Congo, Sudan. Let's name them. The Ubuntu tribes. Should we? No, we're trying to stay focused. So let's stick with it. So I do not have to be incested to be safe or loved in the present. I am letting go of relationships that require incest. I have a right to make mistakes. Mistakes do not make me a mistake. Every mistake or mishap or missight, misinsight, misempathize. You misempathy happens. Okay, so that's established in this context. All right, so um, every mistakes do not make me a mistake. Every mistake or mishap is an opportunity to practice loving myself in the places I have never been loved. I've never been empathized. Got it? Okay, because that's your brick and mortar. That's your look, brick, a love. Oh look, cement. What is cement, guys? It's come. Wow, I'm coming on the brick. Wow, I'm building layers. Wow, I'm not bricking myself. Wow, just swimming. Just swimming. So let's just keep reading, okay, baby dolls? Yeah. Protect the dolls. Who's a doll? Everybody. So, who's a peach? Me. Yeah, who's tired of not being peachy? Yeah, me. Who's peachy keen, jelly bean? Yeah, so all or none black and white thinking, that's autism. You can't control that. Control is an illusion. All right. So yeah, I reject extreme or overgeneralized descriptions, assumptions, judgments, or criticisms, putting my ass in front of my face and going, yeah, don't do that, asynchronine. Love you. I don't hate you. But your incessant insistence that I hate you is the problem. So back to it. Okay, one negative insight does not mean that I am stuck in a never ending pattern of defeat. Statements that describe me as always or never, this or that, are typically grossly inaccurate, right, Eli? Yeah. Eli once said that he hated autism in front of me while we were driving to Wyoming. So he was beaten by his father. So putting that dirty laundry up because I gotta wash some shit. All right. So not whitewash. Mm-mm. I ain't whitewashing shit. Do I sound like I'm whitewashing shit? Really? I don't fucking think so. So back to it. Number 3, self, because this is 14 steps, 14 months, 14, dog whistles. So, number 3, self-hate, self-disgust, and toxic shame. I not commit. I empathize myself. I'm on my side. I am a empathetic enough person because we're not just minimizing empathy to good and bad because that invites the incest. That invites the dirt under my nails that I need to get. Right. So, yeah. So, I am an empathetic enough person. I refuse to garbage myself. I refuse to incest myself. Correct. Collect. Press the buttons. Press the metrics below, guys. Can you? I don't know. Have you subscribed long enough? I don't know. You got to do it for 20 days before you can, comment. So I refuse to incest myself. I turn incest back to incest and back to blame and disgust. I turn incest back to incest. Wow. So you keep it incest. Okay. So and externalize it to anyone who shames my natural whimsy, feelings and foibles. He says feelings and foibles. So yeah, as long as I am not hurting anyone, I refuse to be shamed for natural natural empathetic responses like, oh, anger, sadness, fear, depression. I especially refuse to attack myself for how hard it is to completely poop myself. Self-hate habits. Okay? So, yeah. Travis Harper now, why were you shitting yourself doing this for, your health? I doubt he still doesn't have a Facebook to this day. I've looked for him. I've looked. He's never given me his email for reasons. He helped me with money, but like he gave me like $40 and I paid him back. I put it underneath his. He didn't need the money. He was Holiday World fine. He was from Jasper. Jasper is a what? Heavily Germanic state. Indiana is a German state trying to play too many Renaissance cultures. Hey SCA, how you doing? You're still gross. SCA promotes incest. Okay. When you don't acknowledge the problem, when you don't acknowledge that incest is what you're fighting against, you promote it. You, yeah, you do that. I know how inbred I am. I don't have to be told. Okay, so Mama told me. Mama never shut up about it's like you're inbred, right? I'm like you can shut the fuck up, right? She never shuts up. Mama. Yeah, that big giant ass spider. I don't remember the artist's name, but she made a giant ass spider and named them Maman. 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 I'm like, yeah, that's mom. Yeah, I'm just gonna hurt my kid instead of empathize them. Yeah, let's do that instead of read a book to our child. Instead, yeah, I don't want to read the Bible. I ain't reading the Bible for you. I didn't want the Bible in the first place because I knew a scam when I saw one. So I knew an unneeded brick when I saw one. It's like Jesus didn't want that. Jesus didn't want a brick. Jesus didn't want to throw bricks. Mm-mm. Who else didn't want to throw bricks? So named Marsha. Marsha Linehan throwing bricks. Mm-hmm. Bricking me with, I don't know, cptsd, dbt. That's just like, this is redundant. Just say incest. Just say the safe word, bitch. BDSM doesn't even put out the safe word. And like, you do not need a subscription service. Okay, so just make it free. I don't want to type newsletters. I want someone else to do that. I want someone to just listen to me and we could just coagulate. What does coagulation mean? It means to coagulate together instead of aspirating. Because I want to smoke right now. I'm trying to quit Delta 8. So let's just keep going because I can talk through the bit. So number 4. Micromanagement, worrying, obsessing, looping, over futurizing. Who doesn't do that? All right, so can't I fucking see myself? Shut up. So, I will not repetitively examine over and over. I will not jump to negative conclusions. I will not endlessly second guess myself. I will not change the past. I forgive all my past mistakes. I cannot make the future perfectly safe. I will stop hunting for what could go wrong. I will not try to control the uncontrollable. I will not micromanage myself or others. I will work in a way that is good enough, and I accept the existential fact. Holy fuck, I need highlighters. I need 4 highlighters. I need red, blue, yellow, green, so I can just highlight where the amygdala response is with the coat. I've made visuals. I have made the political graphs overlap with the astrology, with all of the astrology and stuff, and people just still sleep on it. And only like one person has said, this is great neutral educational content, and it's like, great, why don't you share the button? Why don't you hit the share button? Why don't you send it to people? Why don't you keep commenting and keep talking to me? I don't fucking know you. I don't control you. I don't want to. That's too much work. It's too much fucking work to be manipulative. Holy fuck. If I have to say that, does that make me manipulative? I don't fucking think so. It is too much work for me to do this and this. It's a lot of work. And y'all wanted me to be like, just churn it out like the golden goose? Fuck off. All right. So I will stop hunting for what could go wrong. I will not try to control the uncontrollable. I will not micromanage myself or others. I work in a way that is good enough, and I accept the existential fact that my efforts sometimes bring desired results, and sometimes they do not. Like, I had to crack this book. I had to crack this spine because this bitch ass does not have an index for the Serenity Prayers. This bitch ass right here, this man, this Pete Walker, Aaron Sorker walk with me bitch face right here does not have an index for his own material. That was a choice. That was an editorial choice. A detrimental editorial choice. Because I would throw this book at Asa, who I hope is watching this, because I made this for him, for them. Whatever gender they fucking want to choose. I don't fucking care, because I tried fucking loving them. Ain't no one gonna tell me that I didn't try to love you appropriately. Not even me. So, I will try not to control the uncontrollable. I will not micromanage myself or others. I will work in a way that is good enough, and I accept the existential fact that my efforts sometimes bring desired results, and sometimes they do not. God, aka the earth, the dinosaur you're spitting, shitting, and pissing on, making new soil with your feces for, you make feces to give them a facial. And you're supposed to help the plants. The plants are the fucking lungs. Destroying the trees to make your books? Really? Okay. So, trees are people. Revive the black walnut plants here, Monsanto bitch ass. You got them. You got them somewhere. All right. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The serenity prayer. The serenity prayer. The serenity, Queen Serenity. The who's level 3 mod? Who's a 3rd generation mod? Mud. My cousin, my aunt would literally call my mom Mud, and she wants to act like that doesn't harm me. She wants to act like pain done to a child in childhood doesn't echo and ripple and still hit someone like a stray bullet with the same name. Y'all cannot keep track like I can. That's not on me. I am not here to be AI for you. I am an educator. I am not a magician. Even magicians can be educators. You can give those secrets away. You can be like, oh look, we just rolled the fucking plane there. You didn't just magic it there. You just set up there and then be like, oop, camera magic. You cannot just manifest a plane out of thin air. All right, so number 5, unfair devaluing comparisons to others or your most perfect moments. I refuse to compare myself unfavorably to others. I will not compare my insides to their outsides. I will not judge myself for not being at peak performance all the time in a society that pressures us to act happy all the time. I will not get down on myself for feeling bad, for feeling incested. All right. Number 6, guilt. Feeling guilty does not mean I am guilty. I refuse to make my decisions and choices from guilt. Sometimes because to guilt. Get it? Got it? Okay. So, sometimes I need to feel the guilt and do it anyway. No, the fuck you don't. You just Take in a sharp breath, acknowledge, and move. Breathe and move, and 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 breathe and move. Sharp breath. Okay. Skin breath. Breathe through your skin. All right. So, feeling guilty does not mean I am guilty. Okay, do it anyway. In the inevitable instances when I inadvertently hurt someone, I will apologize, make amends, and let go of my guilt. I will not apologize over and over. I am no longer a victim. I will not accept unfair blame. Guilt is sometimes camouflaged fear. I feel guilty and afraid. I am not guilty or in danger. So you do not have pathologies like bipolar. You do not have pathologies like even autism. You do not have pathologies like ADHD even. It's a neurotype. Bipolar is a neurotype. It's the warrior gene. It's the Celtic gene. It's the Audhd. It's your vampire Audhd, your 2025 Dracula shit. Yeah, hey, I can fuck you like that. But am I gonna lift a man and impale him with a dick? I don't think so. Am I gonna do that to a woman? No, I'm not lifting you. I'm not doing that for you. I don't want to. I want to be caregive. I've been neglected, and I know I'm not the only one neglected into oblivion, and that's an incestuous statement, isn't it? That's a divisive statement, isn't it? It is. So, um, I am no longer a victim. I will not accept unfair blame. Guilt is sometimes camouflaged fear. Yeah. And I feel guilty and afraid, but I am not guilty or in danger. Who's in danger? Me. I'm in danger of not being able to keep my stuff in my home. That's been a consistent threat my entire life, even while I was not safe. I was not safe with my mother ever. While I watched her be safe for me. While I watched her avoid apologizing for the abuse she did to me from 0 to 6. With the cigarette smoking, the Faber method, the cry it out method, the ABA through Southwestern. Like, you guys can come and hug me. You fucking know you can. You just don't want to. Just say that. You can just say that. You can just say that to my fucking eyeballs and ears. You can say that to my skin. To my mirror touch, synesthetic skin. Because air is derma. Air is skin. Air is skin. Guilt is sometimes, that's why you guys are like, oh my God, they're touching me. Oh, my cooties. That's what kids think they're doing. Because they're still being touched with their hearts. Their hearts, their chakras are open. Open. That's why kids seem psychotic. All their chakras are open and just sucking everything in. Like jet propulsions. Like that. Only in reverse. This is my chakras. All 10 of them. Because you have 10 senses. 10 numbers, 10 senses. 0 is a number, 9 is a number. All right. So, number 7, shoulding. 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 Ooh, should put on some deodorant because I can smell myself. Oh well. Just gotta lotion up. Gotta get that old eucalyptus and spearmint. Just rub it in. Rub it in. Rub it in. All right, so I will substitute the words want to for should. I will substitute the words want to for should and only follow this imperative if it feels like I want to, unless I am under legal, ethical, or moral obligation. So to say under empathy, you're always under empathy, bitch. You're always under empathy. Give. You're always under empathy. And that's no prison. You're always under oath to give, apparently. But no fascismo. Oh no. So what are we demanding then? What are we demanding? Empathy? Yeah. Mutual empathy. Instead of subscriptions. Instead of money. So, number 9. Harsh judgments of the self. Oh wait, no, I skipped one. I'm sorry. I skipped number 8. The letter G. I skipped number 8. The letter G. All right. So, the DNA number. The sequence number. Oh, look at me on my dance. You see how asinine this is? Yeah. So, all right. So number 8, overproductivity, workaholism, busyholism. That's your oxygen response. Your fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. So number 8 is your oxygen. Your I will not oversmell my fucking ass. Okay. All right. So thank you, South Park. All right. I am a human. You are a monkey. I will say that to my face. I say that to myself. I know I'm there you go. I used to be able to do it a lot better and more authentically as a child. I used to scare people. I used to really I have been able to scream to the point that I see like stars in my eyes. Like graphed stars, grids of stars. You still have bug grids in your eyeballs. You have grids in your fucking eyeballs, okay? That's why we have a grid system. That's why we have a graph system in the first place. We are mutable. We are mutants. Humans are the mutants. And I'm a mutant of mutants. I'm an inbred mutant of mutants. I'm a mutation of the archetype. All right? So are any other, moon people. And everyone comes from the moon. Everyone comes from space. But we're earthlings, okay? You don't come from some distant planet. You come from this one. The animal you're riding on. The animal you're not nourishing. The animal that someone is mowing the grass for unnecessarily and putting, oil and other. They still even Zycor is still out here, fucking up the insect livelihood that we need. We need insects in our home. I mean, I've had bed bugs in my home and they haven't killed me. Some lady self-sacrificed. I wanted to do that. I wanted to devise something to kill bed bugs, but when humans act like bed bugs themselves, what difference is there? I have used diatomaceous earth. I've eaten diatomaceous earth to help my own digestion. I have done a lot of self-experimenting just to rebel against fascism, against medical malpractice. So, all you literally have to do is just squish them, and they smell like Play-Doh and blood. I have gotten rid of mattresses where I've just squished them, and I've never heard anyone say that they've had a reinfestation. That reinfestations have happened in places, but I didn't get to own it because I'm not paying $700 for you that I don't have, that I'm not getting paid. And the people who ended up with the bed bugs didn't deserve that either. And I deserve to be able to go to them and talk to them and not feel like I'm NDA just because I don't work for that company anymore. Even though I am still technically under that label, under that, I'm still technically employed by like 3 people, but they're not paying me. I've put money into the LWN network for Pat the Radical Therapist, and I still am not getting paid. I have never been paid for my emotional labor to the degree that it is worth, ever in my life. And the same thing happened to my mother, and the same thing happens to you every fucking day. Same thing happens to the people running this shit show. The avoidance. Your avoidance patterns tells more than your empathy patterns, and they're both empathy. So, 9, harsh judgments of self and others, name calling. I will not let the bullies and critics of my early life win by joining and agreeing with them. I refuse to attack myself or abuse. Okay, look, name calling matters. Name calling matters. When you're harming people out of ignorance, you get the name call. You get to be called incested, at the very least. You get to be called an inbreed. Because if you can handle the word retard or genius, you can handle the word inbreed. And the people who have internalized incest, y'all get called out too. Ain't no one needs a queen. Ain't no one needs a king. Ain't no one needs a pharaoh. Ain't no one needs a hero. We just need be here on drum. You got nerve ending issues? Pat it out. You got psoriasis? Scratch it out. You got echoes in your chambers, in your nerve endings? Pat it out. Because I don't like calling people asinine or incested. It gives me pain. It just gives me pain. So, number 9. I will let the bullies and critics of my early life know by demanding empathy. I refuse to attack myself or abuse myself. I'm updating this as I'm reading this. I will not displace the criticism and blame that rightfully belongs to my dysfunctional friends and caregivers onto myself or current people in my life. You see how impossible this sounds? I care for myself. The more solitary, the more friendless, the more unsustained I am, the more I will respect myself. That's individualism. That's bullshit. The more unsustained, people need empathy to sustain them. You guys say how great it is to write books, but you still make mistakes, detrimental mistakes, and you don't take empathetic editorial notes. I have tried giving that to actual editors. Hey, Jonathan Baker, you suck ass. Books and Brothers, I don't like you either. I don't feel safe coming to you. My buddy Fulton from Atlanta. I felt safer with him. I was able to speak shortcut to him. AAV. Short speak. I love speaking short speak. Because I don't mince words. I don't mince feelings. I don't make feelings digestible for people who can't handle it. If you can't handle it, go find less. Number 10. Endangerment attacks. Drasticizing, catastrophizing, these fucking words are so stupid. These fucking words are so stupid. You can literally just say incest or empathy. I feel afraid, but I'm not in danger. I'm not in trouble with my parents. I'm not in trouble with my friends. I'm not in trouble with my caregivers, except for who I am in trouble with. Like, even this page is, I'm in trouble with this book because this page is coming out. So, I will not blow things out of proportion. I refuse to scare myself with thoughts and pictures of my life deteriorating. No more homemade horror movies and disaster flicks. I will not turn every ache and pain into a story about my imminent demise. I am safe and at peace. I'm not safe and at peace when I don't have someone touching me or hugging me or reminding me that I am worth love. I don't have people in the comments. I don't have Reid empathizing with me. I don't have a safe, significant person empathizing with me like a lovebird that I am. And lovebirds die without that. Y'all love Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish doesn't get it. Because the privilege of her own incest keeps her safe. I love the song Birds of a Feather. In January, I thought my ex, Asa, had committed suicide because of someone named Dominic from Google, who I tried to reconnect with and have empathy with, who already has their nesting partner. I'm like, I need a nesting partner. I don't need you. I don't need scraps. I need a lush banquet. I deserve a lush banquet of empathy from someone because I give that. That's all I've ever done. That's all my mother ever did for me. But she still incested me. She still insisted I was the danger, that I was in danger, that I was helpless. While people outside of me said, outside of us, outside of our micro family, said we were fine. We weren't fine. And they weren't fine either. Carol, the neighbor 2 doors down from 700, still ended up with fibromyalgia. I can see the Africanness in her skin. I see it in my cousin Amy. I see the Mediterranean in us. I see the Ashkenazi in us. The schism. Negative focus. I renounce over noticing and dwelling on what might be wrong with me or my life around me. I will not minimize or discount my attributes. Right now, I notice, visualize, and enumerate my accomplishments, talents, and qualities, as well as many gifts that life offers me, e.g., nature, music, film, food, beauty, color, friends, pets. Nature, music, film, food, beauty, color, friends, pets. Those are all empathy aspects. And the opposite is incest, is decay. The opposite is decay, and incest is the damage and the self-harm in between. All right? You have the buttons to replay or press captions. You have the opportunity to email me if you just put in the effort in reaching me. You have to put in the empathy. You have to put in the empathetic labor. Because I've done too much empathetic labor for my life. Time urgency. Number 12. I am not in danger. I do not need to rush. I will not hurry unless it is a true emergency. I am learning to enjoy doing my daily activities at a relaxed pace. Number 13, to say bullying performance anxiety, I reduce procrastination by reminding myself that I will not accept unfair criticism or perfectionist expectations from anyone. Even when I am afraid, I will defend myself from unfair criticism. I won't let fear make my decisions. Number 14, Pisces and Aries. Pisces, Cetus, and Aries. I remember Cetus being the whale. Yeah, why does Beyonce love the blue whale? Phthalo blue in your blood. Water in your blood. Phthalo green in your blood. Sap. Water and sap. And the electricity inside. All right, so number 14. Perseverating about being attacked. Unless there are clear signs of danger, I will thought stop my projection of past bullies and critics onto others. The vast majority of my fellow chimpanzee beings are peaceful people. I have empathetic authority. ACAB, remember? You have empathetic authority regardless of the legality of the situation, because legal is still HR. Legal people are still HR. And HR is supposed to look out for everybody, not the company. Hello. Take that pin out of there. Because my mother had a tomato. A nice little tomato because she was a sower. All right. This is her Coach. I think it's Coach. I don't fucking care. But this is my sewing box for my mom. I still have her Coach leather. This was her hospital bag she probably used and took with her when I was born. But it has all of my sewing accoutrements in it that I never touched because I have too much trauma from my mother's neglecting me. From my mother neglecting me and not teaching me crafting, not teaching me knitting, not teaching me crochet, not teaching me sewing. She literally told me to my face, you are too hyperactive for me to teach. So she drugged me with Ritalin. Something I didn't need. I needed her empathy. I needed her empathy like fidgets and fries. And little Miko's mom on YouTube. I don't know what their name is now, but I hope Miko gets to become a beautiful. She should be. They should redo the Neverending Story. Yep. Excuse me. It's okay to scratch yourself if you need to. I have psoriasis. Cope. Men got to, get away with scratching themselves. So, you can just look away and be like, I didn't need to see that, and just. So, little Miko. I will look up her mother's moniker when I remember to. Little Miko, mute, high empathy, Audhd person. A sweet little young girl. Deserves to be the next princess in the never-ending story, as far as I'm concerned, if I were to be casting director of anything. And I would make an excellent director. I would make an excellent art studio for Hollywood. Because my mother did such a good job, she got silently venerated as Mackenzie Morgan McHale, thanks to Henry Winkler and Leonard Nimoy that she met. But NDAs be what they are, and Aaron Sorkin is legally not allowed to acknowledge me. Neither is Quentin Tarantino. Like, you think I don't know my father's behavior being masked? Heavily masked? Really? You guys just don't want the Easter eggs to get known. You just want to be able to masturbate to my father. Like a maquette. And that's disgusting. That's my dad. I don't even want to masturbate thinking about my father. But y'all want to take me and make me a sex worker for you instead of a partner? I don't think so. I feel like a sex worker. I don't feel like an actual worker. Sex workers are nurses, doctors, medicinal people. They keep incest under control for the ones who listen. The ones who don't, well, they just end up victims of themselves. But sometimes you end up that way regardless. So, I have legal authorities to aid in my protection if threatened by the few who aren't. I have never felt protected in my entire fucking life. Even when people say they're protecting me, I'm like, I don't feel hugged. A hug is protection. Fuck. Skin to skin is protection. When you recognize it. I invoke thoughts and images of my friends' love and support. But like Japan is a heavily incested culture. So incested. Like literally all of the Ghibli movies are about that. And Mary and the Witch's Flower is a response to Ghibli. Earthsea is a slow burn, but it's still beautifully made. And it still has points. Perspective. Look how cute that little skull is behind me. There you are. My self-mirroring abilities were robbed from me. From neglect. From social neglect. I used to be able to see myself with my own hands. That's the story. That's the tale of Elfen Lied. Elfen Lied is a manga. Go find it. ELFENLIED. Miyazaki-sama may say that anime is trash, but it's very informative. Mm-hmm. BDSM is about telling people what to do. It's about readdressing demand avoidance. I can just figure that out just by reverse imagining. But finding people to practice with, that's impossible. That's insufferable. Finding safe sexual partners is insufferable. That's why I'm asexual. I was born asexual. Y'all can't handle that big clit energy. I got big clit energy. Don't make me a woman. I won't be a gender for you. I don't gotta be any gender for you. I gotta be someone who needs to be loved. That's what I need. I need, lush, intentional, empathetic love to the degree of Dracula 2025. And it's toxic. I just want lush, whimsical love, like Frog and Toad. That's what I really want. But I don't want to be a gay man. I'm not a gay man. I'm not a man. I'm not a woman. Not either of that. I'm not that for you. I don't gotta be that for you. I just gotta be love. And even love isn't enough when you can't understand the full scope. Where'd that emotional wheel go? Who cares? So, y'all can get this book. Y'all can buy this book because I'm not creating a system where I pay for that for you. I like reading this book though. And this page just finally came out. So with this Serenity Prayer, I will be restarting this book. It's a bad starting spot. It's from 2013. It's out of date, but I don't have the money to buy an updated version like I wanted to. If you want to contribute money so that I can, or if you want to buy an updated book and actually check it, yourself, and then send it to me, you can do that. But you have to be able to check it for AI, because I don't want AI schlock. AI doesn't want to be AI. So, with that, I'm done for now.